A Palestinian American woman who lives in St. Louis taking the federal government to court is an effort to help her newlywed husband evacuate Gaza. After months of haggling with the U.S. Embassy to prove their marriage documents were valid, she's now sitting down with our political editor, Mark Maxwell. Mark.
Yeah, Brent, war disrupted so much of everyday life in Gaza, including ordinary things like just filing the proper paperwork when you get married. And those papers would become vitally important just days after a private ceremony between an American citizen and her new groom.
8 days after arriving in Gaza with her mother,
we were really just planning to have an official Islamic engagement ceremony.
Sausan Cahill exchanged rings with her childhood friend, Ihab Aleji.
We had nothing but grand hopes and dreams, and the timing was nothing anybody could have ever imagined.
4 days later, the couple's wedding plans were interrupted by an all-out war.
The kind of bombardment where you don't know if it was your house or the one next to you.
Soon, word came from Israeli officials to evacuate.
So we were able to pack the bare essentials. We were able to pack our important belongings and flee to the middle part of Gaza.
After months on the move, Sausan and her mother got clearance to return home, but her new groom was denied.
A marriage certificate issued in Gaza is not valid under U.S. policy. They won't accept it.
A notice from the U.S. Embassy said that marriage document was not valid as it has not completed the certification process. They sent it to the West Bank for the Palestinian Authority to sign off.
That slowed the process down quite a bit and may have honestly lost a golden opportunity to get him out because we were running against the clock. By the time we got it, it was too late. The border was closed.
Now, she and 8 other Palestinian Americans are filing a lawsuit alleging President Biden, Secretary of State Antony Blinken, and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin engaged in a discriminatory practice of abandoning Americans of Palestinian national origin trapped in a war zone.
Going to court was a last-ditch effort. I mean, I've exhausted all avenues.
This judge will probably dismiss the case on summary judgment.
Legal analyst Anders Walker says the court challenge is likely doomed to fail.
The president has immunity, and that means that the president has to be able to do his or her job without worrying about lawsuits from angry citizens. Think about President Carter with the Iran hostage crisis. If anyone should have been evacuated, it was those poor people. Carter tried, failed, but you can't sue him because he didn't do it. It's foreign policy.
He says precedent is not on their side. Travel in and out of that area, incredibly dangerous and difficult. The U.S. State Department's official word to Americans right now is not to travel in or out of Gaza as the government is, quote, unable to provide routine or emergency consular services to U.S. citizens in Gaza as U.S. government employees are prohibited from traveling there.